Ron was born 3.5 weeks early, and I think it was the next day the executive director at the time of the Down Syndrome Association came to my room, and she was the first person to say congratulations. And you go home from being in the hospital, you have a new diagnosis that you don't know anything about. We didn't know anybody who had Down syndrome. So I just learned about this walk for people with Down syndrome. There were all these other families and all these other folks. And that was really the first involvement with the association that I had. I don't know what you think as a parent when you get that diagnosis, what you think life is going to be like, but you know it's going to be different. And this was kind of the first entree into, okay, it's going to be a little different, but it's going to be great too.
Hi, I'm James Peach, father of Nadia. So we didn't know about the Down Syndrome Association of Middle Tennessee right away when we got the prenatal diagnosis. After, I want to say just a few months of already having Nadia, we became aware of some of the community aspect of Down Syndrome Association of Middle Tennessee, and not just the core organization itself, but also the culture that it was building among parents and then out in the communities regarding individuals with Down syndrome.
Individuals with Down syndrome, all of them deserve to lead extraordinary lives. The association's job really is to do nothing more than to make that a reality. And it's beautiful because we get to empower them to have these meaningful, included, fulfilling, happy lives.
The Down Syndrome Association of Middle Tennessee connected us to more resources and more conversations and more missions. But the primary thing for us, I think, and I think for a lot of families, is you can't really get to that point until you understand that things can be normal and things can be okay. And it was really being immersed in that culture that first year that did everything for us.
Hi, I'm Desiree Verbal, mother of Orlando Shelton. Well, I do want to thank the Down Syndrome Association for everything that they've done for me and for Orlando, and providing so many different opportunities for him to enjoy himself, get out and meet new people, have a sense of self. There's so many different things that they have to offer, and I try to make sure that Orlando's a part of all of those. The drum classes that they have, the summer camp, the art camps. There have been an amazing amount of teachers and support along his way to help him to get where he is today. So I didn't do it all by myself, I had a lot of help.
You know, people with Down syndrome have extraordinary gifts. They might struggle with some things, but other things become more beautiful. That's really been a push, is for people to not see Down syndrome as a death sentence, as something horrible, as a real negative, but instead be able to celebrate differences.
I think the biggest thing that DSAMT has tried to do, or one of the biggest things, is encouraging physicians to not say, I'm sorry, when they give a diagnosis. Because in reality, there's nothing to be sorry about. My kid is extra, and it is amazing, and I love that about him. There's nothing to be sorry about. There's nothing to be sorry about.
I hope every new parent, because of the work that we're doing, has seen some of these great examples. And so their first thought isn't into a dark place, and that their first thought isn't, what is my child not going to be able to do? And that the first thing the doctor says isn't, I'm sorry, but that the doctor says, congratulations. And by the way, your child has Down syndrome, and here are all the great supports. They're going to lead a happy life. Because once you hang around with some people with Down syndrome, I think I'd like more of that.
I like some food, and I like being lazy, and also I like who I am and parts of me. Yeah.
I think that, to me, the most important thing that other families realize, that even if you don't come to anything that we do, we're still here working for you and your family, and all of the advocacy and community work that we're doing and awareness work that is probably behind the scenes to a lot of people. I hope families who have new babies and families who move here and families who have been here a long time come to something of the associations, whether that just be a phone call to know what we do or show up to an event, connect online in a group, because you never know when you might need something. And we want to be that first call. And we just want to make sure that everybody who has Down syndrome is leading their best life.